Welcome back to Live from the Artist Room live stream concert series,
where we bring intimate performances from artists around the globe straight to you.
We've been bringing you a live show every 2 weeks, so be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our content.
And if you ever do miss one of our shows, you can head to our YouTube channel and watch them at any time.
My name is Meghan Mahoney, and I'm a Sacramento-based music industry professional. I'm passionate about supporting artists and providing fans with the best possible experience, from management and marketing to live production.
And I'm Nikki Sounds, an artist and music producer and the founder of Pink Room Production, which is an online resource for music makers and music industry professionals to offer them tips, tools, and advice, and we are powering today's event.
We created this series as a platform to support female artists during a tough time when really no other performance opportunities exist, and then wanted to take things a step further to learn more about each artist via an intimate Q&A session from their own home.
And we are partnering with Femwinism, the idea of loving to see a female win, who supports women by the means of virtual Win with Women sessions, daily Instagram features, and we are raising funds today for the Femwinism Scholarship and Grant Fund, which supports women by the means of arts and entertainment, education, entrepreneurship, and health and wellness.
We have an amazing lineup of artists for you today, and our show will feature a set from each artist, followed by a Q&A session hosted by myself. Today, we are so pleased to welcome Minerva Daisy, Kayleigh, and Hello Shannon. Up first is Minerva Daisy, joining us from Manchester, UK. Minerva is a singer, songwriter, and keyboardist who draws influence from a variety of genres, including pop, indie, soul, rock, and even a little EDM. She has a ton of amazing content on our YouTube channel. Make sure you go check it out and hit subscribe so you can keep up with all of her stuff that she's doing. Her new single, Falling For You, is out now, as well as her single, Call Me the Criminal. Here she is, Minerva Daisy.
Hi guys, I'm Minerva Daisy. I'm a 19-year-old singer-songwriter and keyboardist based in Manchester in the UK. Thank you all so much for watching today and for supporting throughout these unprecedented times. I hope you're all staying safe, and I hope if it's warm where you are that you're enjoying the nice, hot, lovely weather. I definitely am. So, the first song I'm going to sing for you is a song of mine called Falling For You. I hope you like it. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean when you say that you can't see me. 'Cause every time I see you, my heart skips a beat. I don't know what to do. I know what you mean when you say that you have feelings, but I'm so scared of letting you down that I can't control it. I can't control the way I hit the ground, because I think I'm falling for you, and I don't know what to do, because I think I'm falling for you. Can you feel it too? Say that you never wanna hurt me. Did you mean it? Did you? When you say that everything you feel is so new, do you know that I feel it too? I'm so scared of hitting the ground, and I'm so scared of losing my ground, in case I fall for you. Because I think I'm I hope you enjoyed that. That was my song Falling For You. The next song I'm actually going to do is another one of my originals, and this is one of the first songs that I wrote. This is a song called The Delicate Things We Do. I won't find anyone like you in this cold and sunken crazy world. There's nowhere to go, no place to hide, so I held it all away inside. This tired sea of people that we hide in, looking for a way to love and be loved in return. I see you in this grey earth turns to colour. It's so dangerous, but so right. And love is such a delicate thing we do, with nothing to prove, but everything to lose. We'll cry and hurt and laugh and fall apart, but two people can fit when their hearts have been torn in half. And I'll dance with you in the fires of the earth, and I'll smile for every time we get burned. When you take my hand, I'll never grow cold. We don't belong here down on earth. This world has so much pain, and love was never allowed to be the change. You and me will be pulled apart, forever finding our way out, crawling through the dark. And love is such a delicate thing we do, with nothing to prove, but everything to lose. We'll cry and hurt and laugh and fall apart, but two people can fit when their hearts have been torn in half. It's so right, I will fight for the rest of my life. And love is such a delicate thing we do, with nothing to prove, but everything to lose. We'll cry and hurt and laugh and fall apart, but two people can fit when their hearts have been torn in half. When your lips touch mine, I'm transported to another place and time. I'm scared of falling and hitting the floor, but with you, I don't mind at all. So that was my original song, The Delicate Things We Do. It's not available on platforms yet, but hopefully I'm going to get it recorded soon and it will be available for you guys to listen to. Next song I'm going to do is actually going to be a cover of a song called Crazy by Niles Barkley. I hope you like it. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo holding so much space. And then you're out there without care. Yeah, I was out of touch, but it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Just like you. I know that you are having the time of your life, but think twice. That's my only advice. Oh yeah. Come on now, who do you think you are? Whoa, bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Oh, well, I think you're crazy. Yeah, I think you're crazy. Yes, baby, we're crazy. Just like you. Oh, my heroes had the heart to lose their lives out on a limb, and all I remember is thinking I wanna be like them. Oh, yes, I do. Come on now, who do you think you are? Oh, bless your soul. Really think you're in control, baby? Well, I think we're crazy. Yeah, I think we're crazy. Yes, maybe we're crazy. Possibly. Well, baby, we're crazy. Oh, baby, we're crazy. Oh. That was my cover of Crazy by Miles Barkley, and I really hope you liked it. I know it's a little bit different than the original, but I quite enjoy playing it, so I hope you enjoyed listening to it. Thank you so much for listening to me today. The last song I am going to be playing is another original of mine, and this is a song I wrote called Mesmerized. I hope you like it. You can tell me anything and I'd believe the sound. I would look into your eyes and fall right down to the ground. But you look tired and your lips are chapped and you smell like fire and coal. I believed everything. I was made to play the fool. All this time wasting away, chained up in the tower of your lies. The paranoid birds are singing to me. Well, it's really no surprise. You swallowed the key and walked around like a man with no shame at all. choker that it swallowed you whole. You can show and you can tell me all the wonders of the world. I would wear the joker's hat and believe that I'm the only girl, but I won't fall for your joker tricks anymore. You hypnotize, I mesmerize, but I'm right out of the door. I'm out of the trap, I'm not looking back with sadness in my eyes. I'm free to breathe, but now I see that I was just hypnotized by you. Oh, hold my hand, you pushed me down the rabbit hole again. Falling, falling down, I go by your hand, my friend. With your cynical smile and your glass bead eyes, you're looking down at me. Trapped in the cycle, no way out that rids me of you. You can show and you can tell me all the wonders of the world. I would wear the joker's hat and believe that I'm the only girl, but I won't fall for your joker tricks anymore. You hypnotize, I'm mesmerized, but I'm right out of the door. I'm out of the trap, I'm not looking back with sadness in my eyes. I'm free to breathe, and now I see that I was just hypnotized by you. Whoa, hypnotized by you, that's what you do. You had me fooled. Hypnotized by you. You had me fooled. That's what you do. Thank you so much for listening to me. I really hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the amazing lineup. And yeah, just thank you so much for supporting me and all of the artists globally during this crazy time. It's been really difficult for every single creator and everyone in general, so it's nice to all be united. So thank you. I'm Minerva Daisy. I'll see you later.
All right, and we have with us Minerva Daisy here now. Thanks so much for joining us today, Minerva. How's it going?
It's all right. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited that you're here. Where are you joining us from today?
I'm actually in North Wales today in the UK.
So how has the quarantine time been for you and your music? Has your music helped you kind of navigate this time at all, or give you a little bit more structure? How has that experience been for you?
Well, at the start, it was really tough, getting used to the whole new way of living and not really knowing what was going on. So writing and making music has been a really good outlet to just kind of zone out from everything for a little bit and focus my energy into that. It has really helped. Also, been finding a lot of cool independent artists.
Nice.
When I'm bored, I just type in a random word on Deezer or Spotify, find some cool songs of artists you've never heard of before. So I've been just exploring new music too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great way. You're like, nice to give you something to do, but also I'm sure it could like help with inspiration for your own music and stuff as well.
Yeah, it does.
Nice. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you knew you wanted to pursue music?
Yeah, so I'm Minerva Daisy. I'm 19. I'm a singer-songwriter and keyboardist, normally based in Manchester in the United Kingdom. And my music is kind of a merge of lots of different genres. I take elements out of it, but it's primarily pop and singer-songwriter. But I do some dance music on the side. I've just released my debut single, Call Me the Criminal, which is out on most streaming platforms, I think. And yeah, that's my music. When I was really young, that's when I started singing. Apparently, according to my grandma, I used to sing opera in the back of the car just before I could speak. So she said to me that I've always loved singing, and I know that I've always wanted to be some sort of a performer. So I think also my dad, he's a musician as well. He was a big inspiration in like showing me that what music can be and do. So yeah, I've always really wanted to be some sort of a performer.
Yeah, that's awesome. It sounds like it was kind of almost in your blood a little bit with your dad doing it and your grandma encouraging you. And from a young age, I mean, I've heard, that's kind of a telltale sign. If you do it from the start,
Yeah.
then it's stuck with you forever.
I was very lucky. I've got a very supportive family when it comes to if I want to do something, they'll be like, right, just do it. It's up to you, basically.
Nice. That support means a lot too, and can really help you and give you the confidence you need to kind of just take that first step or go for it,
Yeah.
Do you think you prefer performing or creating music, or do you kind of feel like they're tied for you?
No, definitely tired. I've just started creating digital music, so like using Logic and stuff. But I love just being able to zone out and write for hours. But then performing, it's like you get that rush of showing your creations. So I think it's just a tie for me.
That definitely makes sense. I know some people prefer one or the other, but I mean, I think it really helps your whole creative process. Or maybe, I mean, there's nothing wrong with not performing, but
Yeah.
Totally. Can you tell us a little bit about your series Beyond the Lyrics and what inspired you to create those videos? I feel like they're really interesting and give like a really awesome insight.
Yeah, so Beyond the Lyrics was basically when I did release my single, people kept asking me what it meant and what's the story behind it. And they were telling me what it made them think of. I had one person say it reminded them of like a movie of a 1950s housewife who was just murdered her husband. And I was like, okay. And so I thought I would tell them in this little video form of just a really, really short episode. And it went down really well. So I just talk about what inspired the song, who inspired the song, obviously not specifically who, but the events. And then it went down really well, so I thought I'd do it for a couple of my other songs. At the moment I've not been doing it because I did just break my MacBook, but
oh no.
I've got it back now. But yeah, so it's just letting people interpret it how they want and then knowing where it came from.
So can you tell us a little bit about where you draw your inspiration for your music and who some of your favorite artists are?
Yeah, so inspirations. I kind of draw my inspirations, like I said, from events and my emotions, of what's going on around me, but a lot comes from like listening to other artists like Bon Iver and Hosier. I love those two in terms of lyrics because they use lots of metaphors and poetic stuff, and I love it. But then there's got Etta James and Nina Simone, Damien Rice, and I love Muse and that sort of style as well. Basically, you just pick loads of artists from all different genres, and I'm like, I like that and that and that. There's no specific group. I could go on for hours about inspirations.
Yeah, but that's nice because it seems like you said, you pick a little bit from different genres, so it kind of melds into something cool and unique and different, and that's like your own, which I love.
Yeah, so it's like I have Bob Marley as an inspiration and Nirvana on the other side of it.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to listen to all these different genres.
Yeah, it's quite a range, but it gives you a lot to work with and lots of different like elements to pull from and things like that. So I could see how it could give you more, inspiration to hear a wider range of stuff and kind of meld it all together versus if you just listen to like pop or, like rock or something like that,
Yeah.
You also have a series on YouTube called A Cuppa and a Natter, where you chat with other musicians and you've talked to a filmmaker as well. Can you tell us a little about what your experience has been like with that series and where you see it going in the future?
Yeah, so A Cuppa and a Natter is just where I kind of sit down and have a really down-to-earth chat with creators about their art and just themselves, because the idea behind it was it's really difficult for an artist to just sit down and chat like to their fans in like this type of environment without feeling they have to have the performer like as the performer front, which it's all right for some people, but there's a lot of different elements in an artist. And so I just had this idea with my friend was like, sit down with me, have a cup of tea or coffee, and we'll chat. And so that's what we did. And then I found a load of other artists who really wanted to be involved, like that filmmaker. And it's, I don't know, I hope it goes into like podcasts and a little bit bigger, because it's interesting to have all these different characters come on and tell me all about their story as well.
Yeah, totally. I love that platform that you provide for other artists, and kind of like your other series. I think that it just really helps kind of paint the picture of the whole artist, you know, kind of like you're saying, and like to get to know who they are. And I love that. And I think it's important too, because it's not like you are your music, but you're also a person too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on your YouTube, you have a song titled a protest song, one that you wrote after attending a Black Lives Matter protest in Manchester. How do you think people can bring each other together and alleviate some of the problems in the world through music?
I think music is a really, really good way to highlight issues and bring them to the front. So things you've never really thought about before. For me, that song was about like how angry I was that I didn't know about these issues before, even though they were in plain sight, and they're just clearly there. And I know that there's a lot of artists who already use their voice for really good things. And when you can speak to thousands, if not millions, of people using a song, I think it can bring people together in a way that you can't really do by just standing and talking to somebody. So yeah, I wrote that, and it's gone down quite well, but it was quite an emotional day, that protest as well, because there's obviously lots of backlash and different opinions on it all, especially with COVID around. So yeah, I think it's important that people use their voice, and if you can use your voice in music, definitely do.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I love that, you know, you were able to do that. And I mean, I think it's important to highlight, I mean, some people are angry because these problems have been going on. Some people are just like now understanding the whole depth to it. And like wherever you're at in that process is okay, as long as you're taking steps to further understand or advocate. And I love that you're using your platform and your music to do that. And I respect that about you so much. And yeah, absolutely. I love that, and I think it's important, and the conversations need to be had, and that's how we're going to move forward and create change.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell us, where can people go to connect with you and keep up with your music and keep up with all the exciting releases that you have going on?
So my main platform is Instagram, and it's just Minerva Daisy, all one word. And in my bio, I've got a little link tree thing that links to everything else as well. So I've got a website. I've started using Twitter a bit more now. There's this also streaming service I'm using called Sunstream, and it's a platform that's trying to pay artists fairly for their music. So it's like you pay 1p to listen to a song, and then the artist gets paid that money. So it is quite interesting. So I've got a couple of releases on there.
Okay.
You can find that in my bio as well. I've got one called Whiskey Bottle, which is a dance track. I've got Call Me the Criminal on Spotify and all of the streaming services. I think it's on Tidal as well, I'm not sure. And then, yeah, that's my main ones really. I do have Facebook, but everything that's on Instagram is also on Facebook too.
Cool. Awesome. We'll have to go check those out and follow you and keep up to date with all of the, you know, new releases and things that you have going on. And definitely everyone check out her YouTube channel as well to keep up with your series and to gain some insight into different artist worlds there. I think it's super important and really interesting. So thanks so much for all that you do. Thanks for joining us today, Minerva. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Take care.
You too.
Oh, Minerva, I love all the content she puts out on her brand, from Cuppa and the Natter to the behind the lyrics videos and those covers too. It just really helps her fans connect.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so powerful the way that she's trying to connect with other creatives and stuff, and as well as her fans. I also love her acknowledgement of Black Lives Matter and the song that she wrote. It's so encouraging to see other people in different countries standing in solidarity. Music is truly a unifying medium. And just Want to go show Minerva some love for her music and all that she does? Her tip jar donation link is down in the description. Please, everyone could use it right now. Throw her a couple bucks. She'll appreciate it.
Yes, and we also have that Femwinism scholarship and grant fund donation link down below. Please show them some love. They are doing amazing work for women all around the world.
They totally are. We love them so much. Next, we have the amazingly talented Kayleigh. Kayleigh is a dark pop singer-songwriter currently based in Philadelphia. She's heavily involved in the industry, from her own music to her involvement with the Music Business Association and serving as the community engagement coordinator for the Temple Music Business Club, where she's currently a student. Her new single, I'm a Waste, is out now. Go stream it and throw her a follow on IG to keep up with her music and all of her activism. We have a special treat for you today. Kayleigh is giving us an exclusive sneak peek at an unreleased track, Savage, a song you can hear on her upcoming album. Give a warm welcome to Kayleigh.
This is a song I wrote called I'm Happier Alone. It's on all streaming services. Just look for Kayleigh, or she is Kayleigh. Come step through the door. You're in or you're out. It's okay, you don't know yet what I'm all about. I'm not like the other girls. I can hold a crowd, bite my tongue, stay safe. Bloody is my mouth. I can't help that you think you'll make a mistake. I don't wanna put a pause just because you need to think. I'm kinda turned on, you're alone 'cause of me. I'm happier alone. I'm happier alone. Sorry, I'm so cold. I'm happier alone. I'm happier alone. You're up in your head. I can try and be a friend. Now we're so confused. I know that's not what you meant. As much as it hurts, I'd rather not be. It's just a matter of time before you call again.
Few knew what I've been through with some of these European women.
I'm happier alone. I'm happier alone. Sorry, I'm so cold. I'm happier alone. I'm happier alone. I'll let you do whatever to see what you rather do. Just because I'm at peace don't mean I'll go too far for you. I'm happier alone. Sorry, I'm so cold. I'm happier alone. I'm happier alone. I'm kinda turned on, you're alone 'cause of me.
I don't like to see you taking so little care of yourself.
This is a song that I haven't released yet, so I hope you enjoy. I used to be waiting for someone to come and find me. All I ever they do is think what they bought me. A dinner just to say they don't find me. The type and that's where I be. Reminded, coincided, nothing, I make it all happen. And then I found passion and mixed it up with this savage. Reminded, coincided, nothing, I make it all happen. And then I found passion and mixed it up with this savage. I became the queen with the armor, made me find that I had no soul. I believe in the stronger, and he's just my kind of partner. Reminded, coincided, nothing, I make it all happen. And then I found passion and mixed it up with this savage. Reminded, coincided, nothing, I make it all happen. And then I found passion and mixed it up with this savage. It got me feeling like gold. Damn, I used to be really cold. I'm hoping that this really shows. He should be on a throne, he should be on a throne. Reminded, coincided, nothing, I make it all happen. And then I found passion and mixed it up with this savage. Reminded, coincided, nothing, I make it all happen. And then I found passion and mixed it up with this savage. Been this way from the start, I always break my heart. Now I found what I want, slowly gonna tear it apart. Counting all the ways I made myself feel blue, trying to imitate the image of you, wishing I would find something else better to do. What am I so afraid of? I know that I deserve love, but giving him an empty face, thinking that I'm a waste. You can't let me be. I just rather bleed. Blood red on my lips, transfers when we kiss. I know it's toxic, somehow I like the conflict. Counting all the ways I made myself feel blue, trying to imitate the image of you, wishing I would find something else better to do. What am I so afraid of? I know that I deserve love, but giving him an empty face, thinking that I'm a waste. You can't let me be. I just rather bleed. Why do I always look back? Why can't I just relax? I don't know how to. I don't know how to. Counting all the ways I made myself feel blue, trying to imitate the image of you, wishing I would find something else better to do. That is my song called I'm a Waste. It was just released earlier in August. It's available on all streaming platforms, and I would love it if you guys checked it out. Just search for Kayleigh, I'm a Waste, and it should pop up. While you're at it, make sure that you go follow me at she is Kayleigh on Instagram and Twitter. Let's be friends, guys. Let's be friends. It's not true. Tell me I've been lied to. Crying isn't like you. What the hell did I do? Never been the type to let someone see right through. Maybe won't you take it back? Say you were trying to make me laugh, and nothing has to change today. You didn't mean to say I love you. I love you, and I don't want to. Up all night on another red eye. I wish we never learned to fly. Maybe we should just try to tell ourselves a good lie. Didn't mean to make you cry. Maybe won't you take it back? Say you were trying to make me laugh, and nothing has to change today. You didn't mean to say I love you, and I don't want to. I love you. The smile that you gave me, even when you felt like dying. We fall apart as it gets dark. I'm in your arms in Central Park. There's nothing you could do or say. I can't escape the way I love you. I don't want to, but I love you.
Hey, Kayleigh, how's it going today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for being here with us. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you for having me. I feel
Absolutely.
really grateful.
Yeah, totally. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a 21-year-old dark pop artist. I'm a singer, songwriter, and producer. I have produced for some other artists as well, and I've done some work with some like Disney soundtracks and stuff like that.
Cool.
But ultimately, I want to be my own artist and make music that grows empathy and creates feeling, and just music for the kids out there that don't have music to relate to, because that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I love that, you're kind of targeting, like that demographic of kids that, like don't have that stuff, and you want to be relatable and real. And I love that about you and your music, and you just kind of really keep it true and like, no BS, just straight up you.
Yeah. And I feel like, there's a lot of times where, at least for me, life and myself, like I've hurt my own heart more than any one person ever. I took off my headphones because they suck. But I feel like a lot of times, especially on radio, there's a lot of songs about like, oh, so-and-so hurt my heart and hurt my feelings and blah, blah, blah. And there's definitely a time and place for that music. And I make that kind of music sometimes too, but more so I feel like life and even yourself can hurt you more than any one person ever could. And I feel like there's a lot of music about topics like that I want to make, and I feel like people might need.
That's awesome. And I love how you're kind of cornering your experience to share a unique view that, doesn't really get talked about that much as well, kind of relating kind of mental health and your kind of inner struggles and inner psyche and all that stuff with your music, and kind of sharing that story about yourself too. I think that's so powerful, and conversations that we had.
Yeah. I mean, like I've been through a lot of different things, health issues as a child, sexual assault, and bullying, self-hate, mental illness, like literally the craziest stories that you could think of. I've never not been cheated on until this relationship I'm in now. So like, I'm in those moments, I had very few music to listen to that was about those things. And that's why I kind of like just got this spurt to just make music about that, because I can't be the only one. I know I'm not. So like, I want to be that person for somebody else, to let them know that they're not alone.
Well, we love who you are, and we love you when you're a strong, amazing woman out there. And, I think that it's so powerful, and I love that you share your courage and your passion and everything with the world. And I think, I hope that empowers you to do the same thing, because you should feel empowered, because you're doing amazing stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely,
Absolutely.
I love that, because, not to get into another thing, but like you as a woman in the industry helping empower me, and saying something like that, or something that I think we definitely need more in general, whether it is women to women, white to black, straight to LGBTQ, like everything. Like there needs to be a lot of support for everybody, literally everybody. So
I couldn't agree more. Totally. Yeah, kind of tying into that, can you tell us a little bit about what started your kind of journey with music, and what kind of motivated you to pursue it professionally?
Yeah, so I've danced for 19 years. I stopped my freshman year of college, and I've always loved dance, but I realized what I really loved about it was the fact that a song or sounds could invoke such emotion that you had no choice but to move to it. And there's something to like going to concerts. I always just feel something so hard in my chest, and like I don't know, like, and there's just, I love Metallica, and I love Banks and Lana and The Weeknd and Tove Lo and Billie Eilish and all these people, and like they create such this like hardcore like emotion. Black Sabbath too. And I don't know, like, and then with everything that I've been through, I had nothing else to do other than do that. Because a lot of times throughout my life, I was either bedridden because of physical illness or in bed because of mental illness. So it was just like, I just wrote, and then I wanted to start putting out music, but I didn't realize that like you can't just take a beat off of YouTube and like put it out there unless you buy exclusive rights and all of those like legal aspects. So and being in high school, I didn't have the money to purchase like a $300 or more exclusive beat. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna make my own. And it took me years to learn that, and internships in New York City and stuff like that to learn. And yeah, but it was also important to me because of how authentic I think my story is and the lyrics of my music, to make sure that it was as much of me given in each song as possible. Not just say that if you collab, it's bad, because collaboration is good. That's kind of what music is. But I definitely, as an artist for myself, don't want to be handed a song or whatever and told what to do. I need it to be me.
You dropped a new single recently. Can you tell us a little bit about the message and emotions behind it?
Yes, it's called I'm a Waste. I've had it for a while. I started writing it when I was working in New York, and I was, you know, being in New York, I'm like, you know, in the big leagues, and I'm working with people I never would have thought I worked with, and yeah, it was crazy. So I was learning so much, and at the same time, I felt like I was so focused on learning that I like forgot to write music. So they actually had me sit down one day, and they were just like, listen, you haven't like written anything in a while, like let's get this going. And I remember I like sat in the corner, like got out of like all the studios and like literally went in the hallway and just like sat in the corner and just like tried to write. And I just like kept thinking like, I'm a waste, I'm a waste, I'm a waste. And like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to think, and like whatever. Then time goes by, I end up working with a producer, Jesse, who I did a previous song Notice with. I sent him that beat, and he was like, yo, this is amazing, let's make this like into a full song. So I was like, okay, cool. So he did his thing on the song and then sent it back to me, sat there playing around with it, and then again, just like completely forgetting that I had written those words, I'm a waste. All of a sudden I'm just like, I'm a waste. And then I was just like, oh my God, I can't stop saying it. And it sounds so good, but it's so depressing. And then I was like, but then what does that mean? And then I had just, you know, I was working in New York. I just got into a relationship that was like I said before, I had never not been cheated on, and it was going good. So I was like, what the heck? I just had like everything going for me in the moment, and I was just like, something isn't adding up here, because there's no way that I deserve these kinds of things. And I don't deserve them, because in my mind I'm like, oh wait, like I have all these problems. I like to be in pain. I like to self-sabotage sometimes. I do self-loathe, like, and I find comfort in pain, like I do, and it sucks and it's bizarre, but it is what it is. And so yeah, and I was just like realizing, like, you know, there's times where I'm pushing people and opportunities in a way because I think so negatively about myself, and you know, trying to fight that, and you know, try to come to the conclusion that I'm not a waste. And yeah, so it's kind of just like a big battle of like, you do deserve good things.
So when can we expect some more music from you? What's on the horizon?
Okay, so like I've literally had a vault of music forever, and because of, you know, like we're just talking about me thinking I'm a waste and all that, I haven't released it because I've been nervous. And you know, there's also this idea with like perfection when you're, I think, in anything creative, where you just like can't let go, and it's like, oh, but it could be a little better if I made that little change. And I think what I'm learning right now is like, it's never going to be perfect, and it's never going to be exactly what I want it to be. But there's a time that I have to just let it go and let it be. And so hopefully, I'm thinking like beginning of August. Wait, no. Beginning of November, because that's my birthday month. I'm a Scorpio. But I'm an evolved Scorpio, so don't get that twisted. I'm not a meanie. But yeah, beginning of November, I should have a project out. So many songs. I don't want to call it a concept album because it's definitely not like a correct concept album, but there's definitely themes in it that make sense in each song.
Totally. We are so excited to hear all that and to keep up with updates and stuff. Where can we go to connect with you and your music and, find all about when those things are coming out and keep up to date with you?
Yeah, so you guys can follow me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at She Is Kayleigh. And I have music literally everywhere. So you can look up Kayleigh, but there's like a lot of Kayleighs. So if you look up I'm a Waste, which is the newest single, the correct artist profile will pop up. But yeah, definitely check me out, follow me. I'm always open to talk and like collab with other people, and also just like, I don't know, be a friend. I want friends.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us today. It was such a pleasure talking with you. Can't wait to see what other amazing projects you have in store for us, and I wish you the best of luck with everything. And don't forget to love yourself.
Oh, I love you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for this opportunity. I really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Take care, Kayleigh. Wow. I mean, her transparency and honesty is honestly just so inspiring. I know so many women, including myself, constantly struggle with being their own worst enemy. And it's amazing to see her use her platform for this sort of education and acceptance.
Absolutely. She has such incredible perseverance and such a voice to boot. She is going places. I hear a little bit of Lana, Billy, maybe some Halsey, like a little Lana, Billy, Halsey in there. She's just so amazing. Be sure to tip her. Her tip jar link is down below. Show her some love as well.
And don't forget about that Femwinism donation link. It's down there too. And before our last performer, we have a message from the Femwinism team where they share what feminism means to them.
What feminism means to me: sisterhood, support, resources.
It has helped me be empowered.
I have found the best support in this group in the last couple of years.
Feeling safe, feeling like you can be yourself, feeling seen and heard.
Feminism is family. Feminism means winning with each other.
I think of collaboration over competition. Listen, we are all in it to win it, and we can all grow and meet each other at the top.
Each woman individually is something special, but all together we are a force of unmeasurable support.
It's a real sense of freedom to be able to finally share your ideas without any intimidations.
The power of knowing who you are. It's the power of embracing where you can help others.
We all have a need and a want and a passion to help others and to love others.
We get to see each other genuinely and honestly. So sisterhood, hands down.
It is love, it is acceptance, it is compassion.
It is goddess energy, it is sisterhood, it is support, it is a network, it is community.
Everybody is the strong friend. Everyone is very transparent, so open.
Feminism is, without a doubt, one of the greatest teams that I've ever been a part of, and I know that I'm changing lives, and you can too, so join us.
I love that video so much. Thank you, Femwinism, for everything you do for women around the world. Please send them some love. Their donation link is down below. Support the women that are around the world looking to get their education, support health and wellness, arts, and education.
We just have so much love for feminism. Unending, can't even explain it. And culminating today's show, we have for you the amazing indie electronic duo, Hello Shannon. Comprised of Shannon and her husband Jonathan, this powerhouse duo out of Dallas melds electronic elements with live instruments and vocal layering to produce an amazing audio soundscape. They have an extensive touring history that includes opening for the Billboard charting artist Lanny, and their album Wander has garnered amazing success. We are so excited to have them here with us today. Please welcome Hello Shannon.
Darling, we've been wondering for some time, knowing what we ought to be. In the meantime, lacking sense of urgency to ever question why. Losing minutes, counting sleep, most nights to gain the ones we want to keep. In our own time, spinning while the world's asleep, to see just what we'll find. Never knowing, but we're going now. We're going somewhere. Never knowing, but we're going now. We just wonder, we just wonder, we just wonder, till we end up where we wanna be, where we wanna be, where we wanna be, where we wanna be, where we wanna be. Darling, though we haven't yet reached sunlight, mountains dressed in silhouettes, in our own minds whisper so we don't forget what makes us feel alive. Never knowing, but we're going now. We're going somewhere. Never knowing, but we're going now. We just wonder, we just wonder, we just wonder, till we end up where we wanna be, where we wanna be, where we wanna be, where we wanna be, where we wanna be. We just wonder, we just wonder, we just wonder, till we end up where we wanna be. We just wonder, we just wonder, we just wonder, till we end up where we wanna be, where we wanna be, where we wanna be, where we wanna be, oh, where we wanna be. We are Hello Shannon, and the song you just heard was called Wander, and this next song is called Slowly. it's gone. Time moves slowly. Let me catch my heartbeat. Just let me breathe. I promise I'll be fine if you just give me time. Cause we all know the minutes move slow and the hours follow and hasten as they go. Where does it all go? Out the window, out the window, like wind as it blows through my fingertips. It's here and then it's gone. Time moves slowly. Let me catch my heartbeat. Just let me breathe. I promise I'll be fine if you just give me time. Time moves slowly. Let me catch my heartbeat. Just let me breathe. I promise I'll be fine if you just give me time. This next song is called Daydream. Nothing to say when all the words are filling up your brain. You lie awake and watch the colors as they turn to gray. Your eyes are full of sleep and feelings you can't though your body's here, it's almost like you've disappeared in a daydream, in a daydream, in a daydream, in a daydream. and control the things you dare not speak. Holding the weight of every word you ever learned to say. Your eyes are full of sleep and feelings you can't keep. And though your body's here, it's almost like you disappeared in the daydream, 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 in the
And for our last song, this is the first song that we ever wrote together, and it's called Adventure Dear.
Come, my dear, and take me away from here. My dear, I'll be the best company if you'll only come with me. 1,000 dreams are drawing us in, and still we're standing here. My dear, our dreams will carry us off if you'll only come with me. My dear, we've got love in our
We've got love in our pockets. Love to last, love to keep us breathing with every breath in our lungs, and the words on our tongues. If you my dear, we've got love to keep us breathing with every breath in our lungs. If you
All right. Hello, Shannon. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing your music. It was so much fun listening to your set. You guys have got such a great vibe, and I just love your voice.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how your musical journey began?
So I live in Dallas, Texas with my husband, Jonathan, who was also playing with me. Hello, Shannon is, we like to say that it was my brain child, but we're both actively involved. So he's the producer on the record that we've put out and the other songs. So he has a huge hand in what it is that we do. We've co-written about half, we co-write about half the time. And about half the time it's my own writing. And our project started in 2014. Which was the year that we got married. So we got married in June of 2014, and then that September we put out like a little EP, and that was like the start of our project.
Well, busy year, it sounds like.
It was.
But a fun busy, like exciting new things, you know.
Yeah. We're both musicians. We actually met in college. He studied composition and I studied jazz and graduated with a degree in music education. So we met at UNT studying music together. So we actually had been friends for a long time and had done other music projects and things before. We actually started dating and then so when we got married, it was like it kind of just made sense for us to work together, especially because we already had that kind of relationship. So, so that was 6 years ago, and we've made a lot of other music, and we still like each other. So it's a big deal. But yeah, so he does production full time. So it just kind of made sense for that to be something that we did.
So this has been a really weird year with quarantine and COVID and like right at the start of the typical touring season and everything. Can you tell us a little bit about how this year and this experience has been for you and your music? Because I know some people have found it easier and like as an outlet to create, and some people have felt like creativity's been stifled. What's your experience been like?
So at the start of this year, our plan was to do more. So last year we spent the better part of the year playing locally. So and some in Austin, but we really tried to really set up a base here in Dallas and Fort Worth, and play more around town and kind of just play more locally. And then this year was supposed to be more regional tours, and we had set up, well, we hadn't technically set up yet, but we had planned to drive to Nashville and a couple of other cities around here, and do, we had made this, like, you know, at the beginning of the year, we always make a plan of what we want our year to look like. And we planned out all the cities we were planning on going to. And we have contacts in a lot of those cities. And so we were getting started on what that would look like and what month and when we were going to go. We also were supposed to be going to Copenhagen to play a songwriter festival next month. Aww. And all that got canceled. But honestly, it was really hard at first. But at the same time, playing shows for us, as much as we love them, I love playing live. I love performing live. Our setup is really interesting. We have like synthesizers, and I have a loop pedal, and my guitar is really beautiful, and all of these, you know, we love our gear, and we love playing, and we love like the connections and the relationships that we build when we play. That's, I mean, that's essentially one of the things that I love about music, is that we get to connect with other people. And all of a sudden that came to a halt. But we're also, like, my husband and I are both in our 30s, and touring is exhausting. And it was really a bummer. But at the same time, we've been working on new music. It took me a while at the start of COVID, just because I was in such a weird space. I didn't feel like it could be creative. I didn't know what I wanted to be creative about, just navigating a lot of emotions and just the uncertainty and all these things. But luckily, I mean, we've been, I teach voice lessons also, and so I've been able to teach virtually, and then my husband has been able to do a lot of his production sessions virtually as well. So we've both been working at home, and then I've been writing a lot more now recently, and so we have been working on new music. So it's been, it feels weird to say it's been good, but I feel like we've been able to find the silver lining and be able to kind of adjust to what this looks like, doing more things virtually, really shifting the focus on releasing music, because that's what I as much as I love performing, I love creating. I love writing. As much as I consider myself a singer, I consider myself a songwriter. So the ability to have that kind of space. And then I've been getting more into figuring out production, and I've been using Logic and doing a lot of vocal production and a lot of that on my own, and then taking it to Jonathan and then kind of building from there. So that's been really cool, to be able to do that and have the space and the time to do that. Yeah. So it's been, it was really tough at first, but I'm very grateful that we've been able to have that kind of ability to be able to shift in that way.
Now, talking about like creation and making music and that whole process, you released your first full-length album not too long ago. Can you tell us a little bit about your inspiration and process, and how that kind of came to be, and how that experience was for you?
So that album actually took 3 years to make. Would not recommend. I am thankful for every second that it took, but it was definitely a lengthy process. Some of those songs went through major surgery as the album started to develop its sound. You know, we would work on a song and then figure out this cool, so when we started in 2014, I was definitely more in like the kind of folky with electronic elements kind of vibe. Gunger, if you've ever heard of them, was like one of my, they just kind of do whatever they want, and I really like that. And so that was one of my main inspirations. I really, you know, Bonnie Bear and kind of some of these like more like folky kinds of things.
Yeah.
So a lot of my songwriting was reflective of that. And then as we started getting into actually developing the sound on the album, we started getting into more vocal production and electronic elements and synthesizers, and the posters behind me are some of our big influences. So my husband is super into Mute Math and introduced me to them, and they're amazing. And then Imogen Heap is behind me, and I was introduced to her in high school. And so I've always had that kind of, she does so much with her voice and electronics and so many kinds of things, and so I've always been drawn to that. And then this one is Kimbra, and she's been a huge influence. So as the album sort of started taking shape, all my influences started coming together. I sort of had an existential crisis of how can I make all my influences into one sound, because I like really folk. Like at one point on one of our shows we had a banjo, and I can't which I love, I think it's awesome, but like I've listened to our music now and I'm like, what? But just it took a lot of time to cultivate and craft this sound that we weren't sure of, and just kind of figuring it out and taking risks. And some of the songs came together really easily. Like there's a song on the album called Slowly, and I was in my car driving and I put on a James Blake record, and the song just like came to me, and I just wrote the whole thing. And then we got in the studio and we produced it top to bottom like it was nothing. Like it was super, well, I say that, it still took time, but there wasn't any question of like, what does it need to sound like? I knew exactly what it was supposed to sound like. I knew what kind of, Jonathan is very good at curating synth parts based on that kind of emotional feel. And so that one was easier. There were other songs that were written, like there's a song called Adventure Dear that's on the record. And we initially wrote that song on classical guitar and melodica, which was very beautiful. But as the record started to evolve, it didn't really fit, and I had more of a vision for it. So then we started, we kind of scratched the whole thing, and then, well, first we put it on electric guitar. It was classical, no, it was a classical guitar, and then we played it on acoustic guitar, and then we played it on electric guitar, and then we took the guitar out completely and put it on piano and made it this really like Radioheady kind of In Rainbows sort of feel, which was completely different. But so it was definitely a lot of experimentation, a lot of just trying things. Trying different things. While working on the record, Bonnie Bear put out his 22 a Million record, and I was like, what is happening? Literally changed my life. And I was like, we need to scrap so much of the, like, it just figuring out like, oh my gosh, music can do that. Music can make you feel that way. Like that's the sound. That's the sound that I've been wanting, but I didn't know how to communicate. So figuring out what that means in terms of all of the layers of everything that we were doing. So it took a while. I'm glad that we did it. Ultimately, I'm very thankful for the development of it and how I developed as an artist through it. But it's definitely a process.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a process, but a fun one. It ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like you gained a lot out of it and figured out like kind of your journey. Like it was making an album, but it was also finding yourself as an artist. So you kind of
100%. The thing about artistry is that who you are as a person and who you are as an artist are essential. They're the same thing. So when you, like, if I'm struggling as a human, like in my mental health, it's going to affect my artistry. If I feel confident artistically, that's going to affect the way that I am as a human. So just like how, like that development of also just developing a lot of my confidence and security in my own decision making and things like that as well, I think was really good. And being able to like so Adventure Dear on the record, Jonathan really liked the classical guitar, or maybe, I don't remember, whatever version we ended up with before we scrapped the whole thing. And it never felt fully there for me, especially as we were developing a lot of the other sounds. And so, but he's an experienced producer, and I am an artist, but I'm still kind of learning. And so I was like, okay. And then eventually it came to a conversation of, I see your point, but I don't love this song. And I really feel strongly that we need to revisit it. And just having the ability to kind of say that and be okay with saying, I'm very much a people pleaser, very much. I feel like a lot of that, I will work through a lot of that during that time as well. I'll be like, what do you think? I've always been opinionated. I've just only been comfortable voicing my opinions within the last several years. So that was a big growth for me as well, and stating, my opinion. And then ultimately we came to this, he even says that he's really thankful that we did revisit it, because it ended up being so much better than we could have even thought. So it was a test of a lot of things, I think, but yeah, not, and every song was a little bit different. Some started with, they were easy, and some went through major surgery, and we redid several times, and it was just, every song was kind of a different story.
But it ultimately helped you paint the picture that is Hello Shannon, sounds like. So what's coming up next on your calendar? Do you have any new releases we can look out for? What's going on? What's the future looking like for Hello Shannon?
So we are releasing a single. It's finished. It just needs to be mixed. And mastered, obviously. But our goal was to put it out the end of July. It's obviously not happening. So I don't know what the actual release date will be, but that's coming out fairly soon.
Awesome.
It's called Sound of Sleeping.
Ooh.
And then I've been writing and working on other things. And so my goal for the rest of the year is just to put out singles, just to write. And then, because especially with the record, it took so long for us to cultivate this thing. And it was like, we just labored over it, which I think is a good thing. Never want to just be like, it's fine, and just put it out. But I think there is also something to be said about, this is where I am right now, put it out, and then I can move on to something else. So I think our strategy till the end of the year is just working on singles, which I'm really excited about, because then you can just make this one song and then you make this one song. I'm really excited.
Awesome. I'm excited too. Where can we go to keep up with you and find out when the singles are coming out and all that good stuff?
So I am most active on Instagram. My husband always plugs Twitter, and I don't know why, because I'm never on Twitter. If you ever see a tweet from me, it wasn't me. He definitely tweeted for me. So I'm most active on Instagram. So that's where you can find all of our links, our Spotify, YouTube, all of that. We do have a website, helloshannonmusic.com. But if you just follow me on Instagram, I have a link tree. You can follow. You can find all of it there.
Awesome. And what's your Instagram handle?
_ Hello Shannon, HELLOSHANNON.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today, Shannon. It's been such a pleasure. Super excited about those singles that are coming out. Really going to look forward to that. And
thank you.
Thanks so much for being here.
Oh, Shannon, I love her sound so much. They totally kill the indie electronic vibe, and it's just so popular. And her tracks, they just gave me chills.
I totally agree. And I just love how she and her husband have able to adapt and kind of persevere throughout this quarantine. It really just shows that resilience as an artist. And their tip donation link is down in that description. Please show them some love. They had some dates that they had to cancel for this year that they were going to perform. So you know that they need every one of your dollars that you were able to give them, and would be so appreciative of that support.
Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you to Femwinism for all the amazing work that you do for women all around the world. We were so thrilled to have you partner with us during this summer concert series that is wrapping up to an end. Please go support the artists from today, stream their music, follow them on Instagram, any social media platform, stay connected, reach out, see what they're doing.
Absolutely. And thank you so much to all of our fans and all of our viewers for tuning into our series this season. It has been such a pleasure and an amazing honor to showcase all of these artists from around the globe. Please keep up with us on IG and YouTube for updates to come. All of our episodes will be available on our channel to rewatch at any time. Please go check them out and support the incredible women that we have had the amazing honor of showcasing.
See y'all next time.
Thank you, guys.
Sing that shit. Shit.